Hello, and welcome to the Global Issues Vocabulary Series. This is Set 1, and it has 12 words. Of course, our first word is globalization. Globalization is a process of interaction and integration among the people, companies, and governments of different nations. A process driven by international trade and investment and aided by information technology. Globalization can have both very positive or very negative effects. Globalization is a noun. An easy way to remember it is by dividing the word into parts. Global is an adjective meaning all around the world, such as global companies, global networking. IZE is a suffix that means to make, so globalize means to make global or international. TION is a suffix to change a verb to a noun, to form, or to show a process. Our next word is refugee. Refugees are people who flee their homes and homelands to find a safe life in another place. Flee means to leave or run away from. In this picture, you can see Syrian refugees fleeing the civil war in Syria. From this picture, it should be very easy to understand what overpopulation is. Overpopulation is too many people living in one place. It is when the number of people in one area is greater than the capacity of the environment to support life at a decent standard of living. Basically, too many people and not enough resources is the best definition of overpopulation. Perhaps the easiest way to understand the word urbanization is to break it up into parts. Beginning with the root, as we did with globalization, we can understand the word a little easier. Urban is an adjective meaning relating to a city. We have expressions such as urban area and urban life. Therefore, urbanization is the process in which many people move from the countryside or rural areas to the city or urban areas. Urbanization is a noun. By the way, rural areas are areas far from the city or in the countryside. Deforestation is the loss of forests or trees in a specific area. Deforestation is the destruction of forests or the removal of trees, usually as a result of human activity. People cut down trees for firewood, clear land to grow crops, or make room for expanding urban areas. Our next word is desertification. It is somewhat related to deforestation. Desertification is the process by which fertile land becomes desert, typically as a result of drought, deforestation, or inappropriate agriculture. When we talk about global issues, sustainable development is a key term that you really need to know and understand. Although the concept is rather detailed, here is a simple definition. Building communities, towns, and cities in a responsible way so that the resources that are available today will also be available for future generations. That's an easy definition for sustainable development. Our next term is multinational corporation. These are probably companies and corporations that you are familiar with. Multinational corporations do business in many countries. For example, Nike, Canon, Levi's, McDonald's, IBM, Starbucks. These are all examples of multinational corporations. Climate change is another key term related to global issues. It is a term that you are probably familiar with because it is commonly used these days. Although climate change is a complex concept, an easy definition of climate change is a change in global or regional climate patterns, largely due to the increased levels of atmospheric carbon dioxide produced by the use of fossil fuels. That means that climates in certain areas may become much warmer or much cooler due to pollution in the air caused by using oil, coal, and other fossil fuels. Another common term related to global issues is endangered species. Endangered species are animals whose population is so small that it is in danger of becoming extinct. For example, there are far fewer elephants today than there were 50 or 100 years ago. And if elephants keep being hunted and disappearing at the same rate they are today, maybe in 50 years there will be no more elephants. They will be extinct. That means that elephants are an endangered species. In any discussion about global issues, it's important to understand how global issues affect rich people and poor people differently. Rich people are the wealthy. Wealth is a noun, whereas wealthy is an adjective. Wealth is a great quantity of money, valuable possessions, land, financial resources, or other riches. Wealth is often associated with power and the ability to influence political decisions. The opposite of wealth is poverty. Poverty is the condition of being very poor, lacking enough food, water, money, and other resources to have a comfortable life. The poor is a collective noun that refers to the very poor, whereas the wealthy is a collective noun that refers to the very rich. Impoverished is an adjective that means very poor. Well, those are the 12 global issues vocabulary words for set number 1. Please join us when we go over the vocabulary words for set number 2.